Everybody's talking about being a data analyst is one of the hottest job right now. The flexibility, the pay, the tech lifestyle, right? But nobody is talking about what it entails, the day-to-day job of being a data analyst. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you the things people don't talk about being a data analyst, the good, you're comfortable, and the reality. Okay, so stay with me to the end of this video. And if you're thinking of getting into data analysis, you started learning Excel, SQL, Python, then this video will save you a whole lot of surprises when you get into the workspace. And also ensure to watch this video till the end because I'll be giving a personal shout out to one of my YouTube subscribers. Okay, and it might just be you. So without wasting time, let's dive right in. So I made a whole lot of lists regarding some of those things that nobody tells you before you get into data analysis or before you even get your first job as a data analyst. And the first on my list here is you will spend a whole lot of time thinking than coding. I bet you most of you would think that, oh, if I can just learn Python, if I can just learn Tableau, if I can just learn Excel, I'll be a great data analyst. No, there's more to being a data analyst than just learning any of these data analytical tool, because in the real world, when you get your first job or when you started working, you will do 80% of the time, or let me say 70 to 80% of the time, it's based on critical thinking. You do a lot of thinking, you want to understand the business question, you want to know what your client wants, you want to be able to understand what the business question is all about. Does this metric you are trying to analyze, does it really matters? Is it going to answer what your client wants to, get insights about? Is this just noise or is it trend? So a majority part of the work is going to be about thinking, critical thinking, more than coding or anything. And the second on my list is cleaning data is not a small part of the job. Like, data cleaning is a major aspect of data analysis. Most of your data you're going to be working with is going to be messy. You're going to be getting messy data from your clients, and you would have to spend, in fact, you spend 50 to 70% of your time cleaning messy data. Okay. And you know that if you don't clean your data right, then your insights you're going to be getting is going to be wrong, right? So data cleaning is a very crucial aspect of data analysis. So you might be thinking, oh, once I just get my job or once I just get the data from my client, I'll go ahead and start analyzing data. But my dear, there will be inconsistent data, there will be messy data, missing data. You have to fill in those values. Like, there's a whole lot when it comes to cleaning messy data or when it comes to data cleaning. And it's going to be taking a major aspect when it comes to data analysis. The third on my list is stakeholders don't always know what they want. Guys, this is so true. Most of the times they just come to you. I want you to get, or I want you to help me derive insight from my data. I want you to help me understand what my data is all about. But they are not specific, right? Like, from a data set, you can analyze a whole lot of things. From You can get a data set and you can be looking at sales, you can be looking at income, you can be looking at revenue. So most of the times your clients, they don't really know what they want. So you have to be the one to ask questions. What do you want to see from this data set? What is that question you are trying to answer from this data set? Because if you don't go ahead and ask your stakeholder or your client this question, you will end up spending hours of your time creating dashboard, and at the end of the day your client will tell you that this is not what I want to see. So you just have to ask the stakeholder from the beginning of time. When you are doing, you're asking your objective, you're asking questions. So what are you aiming to, achieve from the dashboard? What are those KPIs you'd want to see? What are those questions or what are those objectives you want us to answer? Ensure you ask your stakeholders or your clients those questions, especially stakeholders that are always confused. Make sure you ask them, clarify those terms with them. or you're going to end up spending hours recreating that dashboard which you already spent hours creating. The number four spot on my list is your dashboard will be judged in 3 seconds. At times, even lesser than 3 seconds. You spent hours creating that dashboard, writing codes, writing calculated feed. And when you send it to your stakeholder is like, can you make this more simpler? Like, can you make this more simpler? And when you are creating dashboard, it's different from when you are just carrying out your personal project. Now that you are working, you are creating dashboard for your clients to be able to answer his business questions, provide solution to your client, right? When you're in the learning phase and you're just creating dashboard, you are the one who creates those hypothesis questions on your own head, and you try to create a dashboard that solve those questions which you formulated in your head, right? But in the job space is different. You're not creating dashboard for yourself just to post on LinkedIn or post online. You're creating dashboards to answer your clients' questions, your stakeholders' questions. So the dashboard has to be simple. It's something that somebody that is a novice to the data analyst field can easily go through and understand. So sometimes I see people creating a 3-page dashboard, 4-page dashboard, and in my head, I'm like, in the real world, who actually uses a 4-page or 3-page dashboard? Because who has that energy to, go through 3 pages of dashboard just for me to get the insight which I want to get? Like, is it really realistic in the real world? That's a question that just goes through my mind. So you should be able to differentiate between working your personal project and working with your client, okay, or working for a stakeholder. You should be able to ensure that your dashboards are clear, are straightforward, they are simple, easy to use, easy to understand by a stakeholder or by a novice or by anybody. Filters, you can make use of filters in your dashboard, but it should not be too much that it now becomes like a distraction, or it now creates a situation where it brings confusion. Okay, filters should be able to bring clarity to your dashboard and not confusion. So that's number 4 point on my list. Why on the number fifth spot, which is a very important one, and which is something I even still feel or go through at times, is you are constantly going to feel like you don't know enough. I bet you. Like, because there are new technologies, new tools that are coming in every day. Today you are learning Looker Studio, the next day you are learning Excel, the next day you see somebody's dashboard that was created with Tableau looking very good, and you want to learn how to make use of Tableau. There's Power BI. Somebody else is talking about creating dashboard using Python. And you're like, which one am I going to learn? You are confused. Like, there are a whole lot of data analytical tools out there. So you're always going to feel like, oh, you don't know enough. Even when you feel like, okay, you've mastered this tool, then you start discussing with somebody else and the person makes mention of another tool, and they're like, what tool is that? I haven't even heard about that. And you're like, oh, do I really have enough knowledge? Like, you start doubting yourself. And I tell you that everybody goes through that, right? Even professionals, they go through a phase where they also self-doubt themselves, and it is normal. So the thing you should focus on, not just on you wanting to learn one tool or another, but just improving your learning phase, okay? Don't stay stuck in one phase. You can improve over time, but don't jump from one tool to another tool. Make sure you are good in one and make sure you improve your knowledge over time, okay? So that's a quick solution for that. So sometimes, like recently, I stopped learning Looker Studio, right? So I am also learning Tableau, but I felt like, why don't I add extra knowledge of Looker Studio to my data analytical tool? So I'm learning how to, make use of Looker Studio even while getting better in my Tableau skill. Okay. So you see, the learning phase evolve over time. There's nothing like I've learned enough. There's nothing like I'm not a guru, I cannot rest, because that's tech for you, right? It's always evolving. Why on the number six spot, which is the last on my list, is the most valuable skill is not a tool. Yes, the most valuable skill in data analysis is not you being very good in Python or you being very good in Excel or you being very good in Tableau. No, the most important skill in data analysis is communication and problem solving. Can you solve your client's problem? If you are very good in Python and you can't solve my problem, then you are useless to me, right? If you are very good in Tableau and you can't create a dashboard that solves my problem or meets to my needs, then that dashboard is useless, right? So the most important skill in data analysis is not you being very good in Tableau or being the best in Python programming language, but it's your ability to be able to solve a problem, ability to be able to understand your client's problem and provide solution to it. And communication. You might be able to know how to solve problem, but you don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to explain to your client. Like communication is a very key and important aspect when it comes to data analysis. Like if in data analysis, soft skill is as important as your hard skill. So good communication and problem solving skill is on the top list when it comes to data analysis. And I bet you nobody have told you that, right? So being a data analyst is rewarding, but I bet you it's not just chat and number, but it is critical thinking, cleaning, analysis. Um, Sometimes you even have to defend your analysis, explain your work, and it entails a whole lot during the work process of data analysis. So if this video helped you or felt a little too rude, then please ensure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And my shout out for today goes to William Chiwetalu. So I read your message and thank you for commenting on my video. I will also love to be your friend and also be your study partner or buddy. So you can reach out to me on any of my social media handle, which is usually on any video description. So through LinkedIn or IG, send me a message and I would reply you. So guys, bye for now and ensure to comment on my videos because luckily for you, you might just be the subscriber that I'll be giving a shout out to in my next video. So drop your questions in the comment section. Also, let me know in the comment section what surprised you the most about being a data analyst. Okay, so I would want to know and I'll be replying to all your comments in the comment section. Guys, bye for now and see you in my next video.